Naka-live na ako pero I don't know kung ano na to. Is that right? Ayan. Hi everyone! Hi everyone! So hindi na. Okay, please do come and join me. Come and join me. Hi, shout out to Freaky Silver Mine. Thank you for joining. Hello dyan sa Quezon City. Kumusta po kayo dyan? Mabait po yan si Freaky Silver Mine. Shout out po kay Transport QEC. Thank you so much for joining this live stream. God bless you po. Thank you rin po, Freaky Silver Mine. Sorry for that. Basta po kayo lahat dyan sa Philippines. Yung mga nag-aabang po, I hope that you could come here on my live streaming here. Thank you rin sa aking family na bumati po sa aking birthday today at sa lahat ng mga friends ko and churchmates na bumati po sa akin, sa aking birthday. So, more will join us as we start. Alright, so yan, actually plan ko talaga to discuss with you some math information, details, and knowledge and ideas. So I hope more could join us and hope that this will help as well for those who are learning not only in high school but also for elementary who has like some questions and wanted to learn on integers. Okay, I'll be discussing some parts of the lesson on integers, whatever we could finish maybe this day. So I hope that more students will be able to join and learn in this video. All right, so to start with, let's have integers. All right, yeah, I've got here with me. I wanted to share my board. I'm not sure if you could see this point, but if not, I could use my other board. So let me set it for a minute. It will be able to share, but if not, then we'll go traditional, all right, with the board. All right, so I cannot go. So let's start anyways with the integers. Okay, there, integers. Integers actually are whole numbers, okay? It does not include fraction or decimal. So it's a whole number, or we could also say natural numbers, okay? However, integers usually includes positive and negative. So that is why um, it's a little different from the natural numbers, okay? So integers are whole number, but it includes zero and then has positive and negative numbers. All right, so that's the difference. Usually, mas madali, it's easier when we use number line for integers. All right, and we usually have zero in the middle, and then on the right are the positive numbers, and on the left are the negative numbers. So it looks like this. Ayan. Okay, so integers usually include zero, and then um, all numbers at the right of zero are positive numbers. And on the left, they are negative. Okay, so how about the sign of the zero? Anong sign ng zero? It is neutral. Okay, it's either negative or positive. So it doesn't get any sign. So it's just neutral because it's in the middle. And we call it the origin. All right. So all numbers at the right of zero, they are all positive. And all numbers uh, at, on the left of zero are all negative. All right. So why do we need integers? Usually we are needing them because we sometimes represent numbers that are less than zero. Example, the temperature or weather. So we usually use that to represent it. And then, yeah, it's hard to say when there is the negative number, right? Like it's the weather is like negative 10 or negative 3. You cannot represent the very cold or extreme weather without negative numbers. Okay, that's why it's really important to understand what are integers. All right, so for students who are usually um, learning this, they go beyond knowing the basic of positive and negative number. So we usually add them. How do we add them? And sometimes we have to subtract them. So there's a rule for adding, there's a rule for subtracting. And yeah, there's also rule for multiplication and division. So sometimes it might confuse, especially students who are um, beginning to learn integers. Okay, so we will go through all those things, like first adding them, and then second later subtracting them. Okay, and um, when I was teaching in the middle school, sixth grade, yeah, we had this, and we we tried to research for a sum, okay, that will help us remember these rules. Okay, thank you all for your greetings. Leave now. Okay, thank you all for your greetings. Sorry, that should be greetings. Sorry, medyo excited pa ako kasi this is my first time to go live. All right, so as I was saying, integers, it's either positive or negative, and the zero doesn't have a sign. Okay, it's neutral. Wala siyang pinapanigan. All right, so ito ang karamihan, most of the time, students are a little confused on how to add or subtract. So let's go first with addition, all right? So adding integers would be very easy because it's just like adding normal numbers, okay? If they are positive, okay? So example, we say add positive 4 and positive 5. So, so we have positive 4 and positive 5, so that means we got a positive 9. It's easy, right? Because they are both positive. So we just go like normal adding numbers, and then yeah, we don't need to write the sign positive. Okay, it's okay not to write this sign on positive. Okay, because it's automatically a positive. If we are adding positive and you don't see any sign, that means it's positive. All right, so um, let's see if we have one negative. What happens? All right, so if we got like positive 5, okay, and you add a negative 4. So what happens then? Because one positive, one negative. So usually I start this with the number lines because it's easier to see why it becomes positive or why it becomes negative. All right. So if we are using the number line, which for me it is easier. All right. So not necessarily we always start with 0. We could always like start with any number on the number line. So since we have 5 and then we have 4, um, and the space is not so big, so we could just like adjust the number. All right, so if we have 5 here, we could start with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and then we said negative 4, right? So 1, negative 2, okay. So we said a while ago, 5 plus negative 4, right? So if this is 5, we start here, and then we said plus -4. So that means we are going to the left. So remember a while ago I said all the numbers on the right of 0 it is positive, and on the left of 0 are negative numbers. So since we said that we have to add -4 to 5, that means from 5 we are going 4 places because it says -4. So if we go through that, because we have already like 5 and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we just start with 5. So 5, and then you're adding a negative number. So we have to go to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means our answer would be 1. All right? Because we moved to the left 4 times. All right? Because it says 5 plus a -4. Okay? So if you could notice something like we just subtracted 5 minus 4, right? And we got 1. And that's correct also. But I just showed you here on the number line so that it would be easier for us to like imagine, or it's easier for us to make sense of it. And then we would be saying, oh, we added a -4, so how come it becomes 1? So something like that, right? Because we are thinking of if we are thinking of addition, it would be bigger, right? But since they are integers or numbers with or signed numbers, so that is why if we say 5 plus -4, it becomes 1. So just think of it. If you are adding a negative number, you subtract it, okay? Just a little tricky. So you are just saying, oh, if I'm adding a negative number, I'll just subtract it, okay? So that's the easiest way to think of it, okay? So the rule is if you are adding different sign, okay, different sign, subtract, okay? So that's the first, no, that's the second rule actually for adding, because if we are adding both positive, we just add like a normal number on normal, yeah, normal numbers, okay? But if we are adding a different sign already, we do subtract it, okay? So something like I was telling you a while ago, the song that we had researched, it says same sign add, different sign subtract, okay? Same sign add, different sign subtract. So something like that. It's like an elementary song. It's actually a rap song, but I'm not so good in singing though. So yeah, that's it. If they are same sign, like both are positive, you just add them. And then if they have different sign, one is positive, one is negative, then you just have to subtract it. So what happens then with the sign? Okay, so that's one more thing that we have to remember, that um if we have a positive if the positive number is bigger than the negative, that means we go for the bigger. Okay, so the sign of the bigger number, or we say absolute value. Okay, the absolute value of that number, okay, whichever is higher, it will follow the sign. Okay, so again, we follow the sign of the number which has the bigger absolute value. Why absolute value? Because we have a positive and a -4. So if we say absolute value, we don't mind the sign. Okay, so we are looking at 5 and 4 at this time. Okay, so the absolute value is 5, and the absolute value of -4 is 4. Okay, so I'm not so sure if you had already learned absolute value on your classes, but usually if we say absolute value, they are the value of the number without the sign, or we are just disregarding the sign of the numbers so that we could just think of it as 5 and think of it as 4. All right? So that's it. Okay, again, if we are adding numbers that are positive, both positive, we just add them, just like normal adding. And then if we are adding a positive and a negative, we subtract them. All right? So that means 5 minus 4, we've got 1. All right. So what if we interchange them? Okay. So what if the negative is bigger? I mean, the absolute value of the negative number is bigger. What happens? All right. Okay. Before that, let's have an advertisement for a moment. All right. I will be I will be drawing. I know, not drawing. Actually, I have here on my box, inside this box, number. Okay? So, I want you to guess. Hulaan niyo po kung ano yung number na to. Ito po ay tatlong number. 3 numbers. And then, you try to guess what numbers are this. Okay? Just three numbers. Okay, what numbers are this? And then whoever will be able to guess, and sino man makahula, meron po siyang prize. Okay, I know you're excited with the prize. I hope that some more will be able to join and have fun with the prize. Okay, and learn as well as we go through. All right. Thank you, Amelie TV, for your greetings. And to all my previous students who also had greeted me on Facebook, on our GC, thank you so much as well. And for all my friends, co-teachers, and families and relatives, church mates, and colleagues who had greeted me, thank you so much. Okay, so let's get along. I was saying that what if we interchange them? Okay, instead of 5 plus negative 4, we'll have and negative 5 plus 4. Okay, let's go through this. How about that? Okay, let me see. Negative 5 plus 4. So a while ago we have 5 or positive 5 plus negative 4. Now we'll have negative 5 plus 4. So let's try to look at this. Okay, so I have to change my number line because I've got um, negative 5. So I could have negative 5 here. All right, so hold on. So if we are writing down negative 5, negative 4, 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. So at this point, we have here. Okay, so negative 5 is here now. Negative 5, because it's negative, it's on the left of 0. Now, okay, maybe I could move this a little bit. There you go. Negative 5. Okay, so negative 5. So since we are adding a positive 4, that means we are going to the right. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So we end up there, which is a negative 1. See? When you have a number line, it's easier. But of course, this number line would be like more applicable when you are just having small numbers, okay? But if you are having like 20 or 30 or 60, 100, well, that would be another thing, and you just use some strategies like this instead of the number line, okay? But to like establish the what do you call this? Limutan ko. Okay, establish the basics, okay? Um, we could use the number line, and then at the same time we could use this algorithm, and then yeah, we'll be able to use this algorithm as well when we are dealing with bigger numbers. Okay, so now we said that from -5 we move through 4 spaces or 4 distances, so that means we've got -1. Now, what if we don't have the number line? So looking at this, -5 plus 4, then we've got a -1. So look at that. So it's something like you just subtracted it, okay? So 5 minus 4, it's 1. And then why did we get a -1? So I told you a while ago, right, that whatever is the sign of the bigger number, okay, or number with a bigger uh, absolute value, that means we follow the sign of that number. All right. So since 5, value of 5 is bigger than 4, that means 5 is bigger and we follow its sign, which is negative. That's why we've got -1. So again, same sign, add, and then different sign, we subtract. All right. I hope you get that. All right. So let's have some more examples, okay? And here I'll just show you some more examples so that um, you will understand more. Okay, for those who have joined this live streaming, you could try your guess on what number or numbers are inside this box. Okay, so give me your guess. 3 numbers. Hmm. Okay, just a minute. I have to reply some of those who are inquiring on our live chat or live streaming. Okay, please do watch this, like and subscribe as well. Wayne RB channel. Thank you, KSM. Thank you, sis Sarah, for your support and for your encouragement. Okay, please do comment also your guess. Yung hula nyo po sa number, pinapahulaan ko which are inside this box. Please write it on your comment. All right, so please do share, like, and subscribe. And then, yeah, please do comment your guess. Isulat nyo lang po sa live chat kung ano po yung hula nyo sa aking pinapahulaan. Just three numbers. Okay. Paano po yung hula nyo? Three numbers. The combination of three numbers. Just write on the comment or on the live chat. And then, okay, kung sino po yung makakahula, whoever guessed that three numbers, okay, three numbers will win $20, or that would be 1,000 pesos. All right, so there was a break. So I hope you will try your guess. Thank you, sis. Thanks for your greetings. Okay, so we've got a little rest and now let's get back. All right, so a while ago, Sabiko, we have some more examples to clarify and summarize what we had a while ago. We said adding integers, okay, with the same sign, we just add them like normal numbers. But if we have different numbers or numbers with different signs, we have to subtract them. All right, so having that said, we could have 9 plus minus 3. Okay, so 9 plus minus 3. One is a positive and the other is a negative. So that means we just have to subtract them. Okay, even if we don't use the number line already. So thinking of that, we are moving it to the left. So that means we are subtracting. So 9 minus 3 will give us 6. And what should be our sign? What will be the sign of our answer? Since we said that we follow the sign of the bigger number or the sign of the bigger absolute value, so that means we follow the sign of 9, which is positive. And that is why positive 9 plus negative 3, we've got a positive 6. We follow the sign of positive 9. Okay, you get that? Next, what if we have a negative 10 plus 4? So again, we think of, since they are different signs, we just subtract them. So 10 minus 4, okay? Just subtract them like a normal number first, and then later you just get back on the sign of your answer. Okay, so if it's a negative 10 plus 4, we have 6. Yeah, we have the same answer. However, since the sign of our bigger number is negative, that means we have to follow that sign. All right, so our answer for our second um, problem would be negative 6. Okay, so a while ago it's positive 6 because 9 is bigger. That's why we follow the sign of 9 or positive 9. And then since at this point we have a negative sign for the bigger number, that is why the sign of our answer is negative. I hope you get that too. And yeah, this is the easiest one. If we are adding both positive numbers, we just add them like a normal number. 6 plus 2 is 8, and then the sign is positive. So we don't need to write the positive sign. Just 8, and that's it. So that's adding integers. It's still easy, right? I mean, yeah, adding is easy, just a little trick on different signs. Thank you, Freaky Silvermine, for your birthday greeting. All right. So remember to guess, remember to comment or write down your guess. All right. Yung hula niyo po, 3 numbers. So what are the 3 numbers that are inside my mysterious box? All right. Because it's my birthday, special day. All right. So I'm giving a prize away. Okay. Thank you for those who are so patient, bearing with me, watching, sharing, and liking. So don't forget to please watch, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much, sis Sarah. Okay, so maybe we could go through subtracting now. We are done with adding. So in adding, we just remember same sign, add, different sign, subtract, and follow the sign of the bigger number. All right, so let's go through subtracting. Okay, what if we are subtracting a positive and a positive? 9 minus 4, for example. Maybe we'll start with the number line as well, just like we did with the addition to just set the basic and at the same time make it sense in our mind. Okay, so again, we said that 0 is always in the middle, it's the origin. So all the numbers on the right of 0 are positive, and then all the numbers on the left of 0 are all negatives. Okay, so it looks like this. All right, so 0, all the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all are positives on this side, on the right side, and all the numbers on the left are negative. Okay, however, if we are saying, okay, example, we are subtracting them, so what happens? Okay, let's think of an example. So we could just say 4 minus 3. Okay, so 4 minus 3. So if we are starting here, because this is a positive number, so positive 4 minus 3, so that means we are subtracting it. That's why we are going to the left, right? Because we are going to the right, that means it's getting bigger, it's increasing. So um, we are adding, but since we are subtracting, we are going to the left. All right, so 1, 2, 3. So our answer is positive 1. So 4 minus 3 is positive 1. All right, so that would be easy when we have a bigger number first, then we are subtracting a smaller number. So what if we have the other way around? Okay, so that's what we have to take a look. All right, so if we are erasing this one for minus 3, now we have 3 minus 4. So what happens then? Okay, I'll just fix my number line so it would be clear. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So what if we have this? 3 minus 4. So we are starting with 3, right? And then we are subtracting 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Did you get that? So we end up with negative 1 because we are subtracting in negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So negative 1. Negative 1. So if we are thinking like normal number, you would say Miss or Teacher Wang, the 3 is smaller than 4. How can we subtract? All right. But since they are integers, it could be. All right. So there's a different rule for integers in subtraction. That's why. So, so if you could see, all right, it becomes negative because we have subtracted a bigger number. All right, so that's why it's negative. It's something like when you have money, you have like $5, or let's say $3, and then you wanted to buy something that cost $4. So that means your money is not enough, and if they will give you that, you have a credit of one more dollar. So that's what that explains it. All right. So 3 minus 4, okay, would be negative 1. All right. Using the number line should be like that. But if you are using this algorithm, what gives you what idea would you have in mind? Something like you subtracted also, but you follow the sign of the bigger number. Okay. So think of it as the absolute value of 4. So something like 3 minus 4, right? The sign of this would be negative because you are subtracting a bigger number. All right. So that's one of the examples for subtracting. Don't forget to write down your guess, okay, on the comment or on your chat, on our chat, live chat. Okay. 3 numbers. Try your guess. Thank you, Freaky Silver Mind, for your greetings. Shout out po sa iyo. And for ASM, Sister Sarah, and Emily TV, thank you so much. And for Transport QEZ, okay, comment your guess on what are the numbers inside this box. All right, 3 numbers. All right. So please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Weng RB channel. Okay. I'll just have water at this point. Okay, I hope that you had remembered what we discussed about subtracting integers. All right. So for small numbers, we usually can use the number line. But for bigger number, it might be harder. Okay, that's why we have also to know the algorithm, and that's what I will be like sharing with you at this point. Okay, so without your number line now, what if we have like bigger number like 16, 16 minus 10, and then we have a smaller number here, 8 minus, if we have 10 minus, let's see, 10 minus 16. Okay, 16 minus 10 and 10 minus 16. All right. So what if we have like this? So 16 minus 10, we have positive 16 minus positive 10. So this would be easy, right? Like you're thinking of a normal number, 16 minus 10, that would be 6. That's easy, Miss Borromeo. Yes. How about 10 minus 16? So again, we are subtracting a bigger number from a smaller number. So, well, we could also apply what we have discussed a while ago with your add addition. So we could just say subtract and then follow the sign of the bigger number or the absolute value of the bigger number. Okay, so 10 minus 16, okay, just think of 6. However, this one would be negative because we are subtracting a bigger number. So we've got a negative 6. However, there's also a rule that we usually follow, especially in school, that when we are subtracting integers, we do the keep and then keep the first, change that into um, plus, and then inverse. Okay, what does that mean? So let's apply it here. So the rule is keep this one, keep the first, you don't need to do anything with that. However, this one, this, the sign of the operation, you change that to plus, and then you do the opposite of the second number. So what happens now is 16 plus negative 10. So that would be something like it goes back to addition rules. Okay, so 16 plus negative 10 now still positive 6. Why? Because we have 16, or I mean 16 is a positive. Okay, that's a bigger absolute value, so we follow the sign of it, and then we just subtract 10, which is smaller, so that's a little easy for us. However, if we have a smaller number and then we are subtracting a bigger number, and if we follow this rule, change inverse, we now have 10 plus negative 16. So a while ago I said um, same sign add, different sign subtract. Okay, so since they are having different sign, or we can say uh, unlike sign, all right, so we could then subtract. Same sign add, different signs subtract. So 10 minus 16 would still be 6, okay, thinking in our mind, 16 minus 10 would be the other way around, but don't forget that we have to follow the sign of the bigger number, which is 16, and that is negative. So negative 16, so that is why we've got a negative answer, which is negative 6. So 10 minus or 10 plus negative 16 would be 6 or negative 6. All right, I hope that is clear. So, yeah, I usually remember that. I usually put that in my mind, and I usually also share that to my students, like same sign add, different sign subtract. However, in subtracting integers, it's something like you are doing two things. Okay, first you have to change that into addition, and then change the second integer into its opposite or inverse, and then you could go through or go back to the rules in addition. Okay, so yeah, it's more challenging when it's subtraction. However, when you are used to it, like you have practiced a lot, it will be like easy for you already because it comes naturally. You will be like remembering how you have done it, and then it would be like automatic. You can add, you can subtract, you can follow the sign of the bigger number. Yeah, it's just take practice to make it perfect, just like they said, right? Practice makes perfect. So that is why um, you have to like practice at home independently. And then, yeah, there's a lot of resources over the internet that you could like have some worksheet and then try to answer them by your own. All right. And you could ask somebody to check that, or you could ask your teacher to check. And then, yeah, if you are used to it already, you will not be hard up, especially when you are having your algebra. Because in algebra, like high school math, you still are using this and it's more complex, like it already have X or Y or we call it variables, okay? So that's why if you remember these basics, you will not be lost in algebra. Okay, so that's on subtraction. All right, I think we have one more example to do because we just have like uh, have both positive. What if one is positive, one is negative? Okay, so maybe we could do that a little while. Okay, advertisement first. All right, so please remember to share, first like also and subscribe to my channel, Wang RB channel. I'll be sharing more lessons in math, also in English, and I hope that those lessons will help, especially students, even parents and teachers, as we help our children learn math. And if you have like some questions, you could always comment on my videos. And if you have like some um, topics that you would like me to share with you or to discuss, then I'll be glad to take it into account or consider it. And don't forget to guess these numbers inside this box. Okay, three numbers. What are your guess? Okay, please comment or please write down on the live chat. And yes, you'll have your prize if you will be able to guess what numbers are inside this box. All right, so let's just have one more example at this time. Okay, so what if we have a negative 6 minus 10, and then we have 6 minus negative 10. Okay, so what happens? Will they have the same answer? So let's check this out. There you go. Negative 6 minus 10. All right, so yes, I told you a while ago you could first change this into plus, positive, or not positive, addition. Okay, plus sign, and then change the second number or second integer into its opposite. If we say opposite or inverse, right? Since this is positive 10, it will become negative now because that's the opposite. That's the inverse of positive 10, right? We have positive 10, we have negative 10 as its inverse or opposite. All right, so negative 6 plus negative 10. Now we've got both negatives, right? So negative 6 plus negative 10. So what did we say a while ago? Same sign, add. Okay, so since they have the same sign now, we can add them. 6 plus 10 would give us 16. You're right. So 16. However, since they are both negative, we follow that sign. Okay? They are the same. So a while ago, we have added positive 5 plus positive 4. So that's why we've got 9. And we did not put positive because it's automatic. Okay? So if we don't have a sign, it's automatically positive. However, so since we have negative sign in there, we have to follow that sign. That is why our answer is negative 16. Get it? I hope so. Now, let's go to the next. 6 minus negative 10. So we just inverse that. Now, first thing that we have to do, we change this into plus. Okay, the operation minus, we change that to plus, and then we inverse the second integer or second number. So since this is a negative, what is the inverse of negative or inverse of negative 10? It's positive 10. So that is why I just encircle that and then this becomes plus or positive. So 6 plus positive 10 will give us 16. And what will be the sign of our answer? They are now both positive. So that is why our answer is positive 16. That's it. I hope that's clear. All right, so just to summarize what we have discussed today. So for adding, we just add like normal number when they are both positive, right? So something like positive plus positive. Okay, I'll just circle that. Positive plus positive will give us positive. Negative plus negative. Of course, we add them and then our answer would be negative. However, if one is positive and one is negative, what happens is that we subtract, okay? And the answer would be the sign of the greater number, okay? Sign of greater number, greater. All right, so that's what we have to remember on adding. So positive plus positive, positive plus positive will give us positive. And then if we are adding both negative, negative plus negative will give us a negative answer. Okay? Because we are just adding them, both are going to the left, so they are still negative, but we add them. And then if one is positive, one is negative, okay, whichever comes first, still we subtract them. And then we copy the sign of the greater number. Okay, that's for addition. Okay, so that's for addition. So for subtraction, again, to summarize it, we have positive minus positive, and then negative minus negative, and then a negative minus positive, a positive minus a negative. Okay, so it looks like this. So what do? We change this negatives into, we change this minus operation into addition. All right, and then don't forget to change, okay, the second integer or second number sign into its opposite. If that is positive, it will become negative. If that is negative, it will become positive. And then if this is positive, it will become negative. Then the negative will become negative. So it's something like you change them and then you go back to addition rules. Okay, so you are now ready to like add or subtract. So positive and negative, you subtract them. Negative plus positive, you subtract them and copy the sign of the greater number. And then negative plus negative now, it will become negative. You are just adding the value or the absolute value and then you just copy the sign which is negative. And then positive plus negative, okay, they are now different. So you are subtracting them and follow the sign of the greater number. Okay, so the only thing that is different for subtraction, you have to change them first, change the operation into addition, and then change the second integer into its opposite or inverse. And then get back to addition rules. Same sign add, different sign subtract. That's it. All right, so yeah, we just have to finish until this uh, subtracting integers first, and then maybe next time in my next video or next slide would be multiplication and division of integers. All right, so don't forget, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Wang RB channel. And okay, I'm still waiting for your guess. What are the three numbers inside this mysterious box? You can comment now. You can write it on our live chat. You want to guess this, and a prize is awaiting for you. Okay, just try your guess. Three numbers. I hope that what I have discussed about integers will help you or had helped you understand more, and I hope that more students will be able to um, learn about adding and subtracting integers. And if you have comments or question, just write it down on the comment section below, and I will try to get back to you, answer it, and I hope it will help. Alright, again, so don't forget to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Weng RB channel. Alright, to summarize for the last time, for the end power, for the last time. Okay, so for integers, adding and subtracting, same sign add, different signs, subtract. Same sign add, different signs subtract. That's it. I hope that next time more will be able to join our live streaming and we'll be able to learn more on integers. And yeah, I hope to hear from you. I'll be so glad to hear when when I'll have my next live streaming. And I hope as well that I hope as well that I will see you on my next live video. And since um, nobody had guessed my three numbers, then I hope we'll have a winner on my next live video. Sorry because wala pong nakahula sa ngayon. I hope that on my next live video, you will be able to join and guess and win as well. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. God bless us all and enjoy the weekend. Stay safe, everyone. Bye. God bless. Thank you for watching. See you next time. And stay tuned. Wang RB channel. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Bye.